Hello, I'm BXToyCat, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be playing Inside My Radio for the Xbox One. This is a game that came out just about a week ago now, and is now available to download on the Xbox One store, but basically it's a really tricky game to understand if you like, just based on screenshots. It doesn't convey the message very well that way, and I thought because it is a really interesting game, I would play the game for about 20 to 30 minutes and give you my opinions on it, so you can decide for yourself whether this is the sort of game you want or not, rather than deciding just based on screenshots. I thought that'd be quite cool, and hopefully you do too. Please do like the video if you do like it, because it does help out the channel a lot, and let us know you do like it. I want to see more stuff like this on the channel, because I do quite like doing reviews. Anyway, one more thing to bear in mind before we start the video: this is in fact sponsored, and I also got a key for the game, but that also means that I did get 5 keys to give away for you guys, so if you want to get a free copy of this game, I'll be giving away 5 of those over on Twitter, so follow me at IBXToyCat, and you might just win a copy of Inside My Radio if you do like it. Anyway, let's get straight into the video, shall we, by talking about exactly what's going on here. So, Inside My Radio is kind of an indie platformer mixed with a rhythm game, and it actually has a really interesting result. So let's just pick up a song here. So let's go for Fear and Power. That seems like a reasonably midway song. But yeah, this this game is reasonably tricky to describe, and that's why I kind of mentioned it. You really need to look at a video. So yeah, basically the idea is it's a rhythm indie platformer. So if you want to know what I mean by that, it's got all the elements of platformer where you gotta jump and run or do all these things, avoid enemies, but it mixes those with the fact that only actions can only be performed on the beat. So you can see here with these two little spinny things, every time those circles collide on the beat, because if you can't just see it or look at the character and see it, then if you just look at that, you'll be able to tell when the beat happens, and you can only perform actions then. If I try to perform one while it's midway, let's actually like that, you can see I did it wrong there. It makes little X's go, and you're like, oh, I did something wrong. So yeah, you can only jump, you can only dash, you can only do any of the things you can do on the beat, and that makes for a genuinely interesting game. So I'm actually messing up the beat here, because once you get off, you get really off. Yeah, it makes for a really interesting game, because it means the challenges are slightly easier than other games, but you're trying to do them in tune with a beat, and it means when you're failing, you feel kind of off about it, but when you're doing successful, it feels really good. When you're just right in the rhythm with the music, it's really, really cool, and that's what I like about the game. So yeah, that's the basic explanation of what it is. So you can see I've got to just do this every other beat to open the door. But yeah, so there's it's got simple enough controls, but trying to do them in tune with the beat is what makes the game really, really intriguing. And maybe it's just because, I played the game in one massive sitting. As soon as I got it, I was like, I'm gonna finish this game. And, something about, just the way you get in tune with the music, because even though each level has different beats, and sometimes the speed of the beat changes in the level to make it, more and more challenging, even though that is the case, it's still, it's still really cool when you get just in tune. You can see, these things are going just in tune with the music too, and it's a really cool thing. So yeah, that's that. In case you are wondering, any sort of rhythm game, because, I do quite like my rhythm games, they need to have a good soundtrack, though. They can't just have the one song that you play over and over again, and fortunately this game is no exception to that. It does have, basically a bunch of different songs of different tastes. There's 3 main characters in the game, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but, the key thing about them is each character kind of has its own set of music. So, there's a guy who has mainly just reggae and dubstep. I don't know how that overlaps, but somehow they smoothly transition to each other. There's this kind of electro, kind of techno guy. And then there's a guy more dedicated to funk and stuff. And it's really interesting that the same mechanics can all work with these different types of music. And in fact, the levels kind of change to it too. It's a really, really intriguing thing to see. And that's why I think this game is at the very least interesting. I mean, even if you don't, particularly like having to play on the beat, it can be tricky sometimes, and maybe some people don't like that. If you're not feeling the beat, then I guess that could suck. But even in spite of that, oh jeez, we're gonna die from Spider. But even when that does happen, it's still really, really cool when you're just, perfectly in sync with it. And the fact that, you can play to pretty much whatever your music taste, you'll find something pretty good in here. I know quite a lot of the songs were like, yeah, this is awesome. And the soundtrack in particular is something I'll probably be listening to at some point, because, like I said, it was really cool and I did quite like it. So we've got a spider after us just over there. So also, you might notice, pretty much every enemy in this game is a spider. It's something that kind of terrifies me, because I do have arachnophobia, but, like a lot of games, it's kind of a necessary evil to put up with. So, yeah, one thing that I find kind of intriguing about the way you deal with enemies is they're not the key focus of the game. This is one of the stages with enemies, but even then, they're not that big of a focus of the game. They're kind of just a way to kind of punish you for doing certain things. I find that kind of interesting. So let's jump up here quickly. Oh no, there's a spider coming after us. Or 2 spiders coming after us. But yeah, so that's what those camera things going on with, and that's that there. So Like I said, there's only 4 controls, but yet they all do come in pretty importantly. Like, so we've got some spider eggs here, that if we do a correct puddle, we can do something there. And yeah, a lot of the time, there is little elements of the stage that if you do them just in tune with the beat. So, you can tell, even though there's this beat every other note, like, you know, if you play it to the rhythm of the song too, you kind of get rewarded. So, you know, you can... you might get rewarded by the fact that, you know, you get a little Easter egg. You might get, you know, like, sometimes you need to do them to pass, and it's really cool to me. Like, if you love it, if you love those moments where, you know, let's say you're listening to a song and you're playing, I don't know, like, I've had this a lot where you're like, you know, you're playing something like Call of Duty or something, and you're listening to a song, and you love it when it, like, syncs up and makes, like, montage moments, like, the whole time you're playing. Okay, we messed up there. And it makes, you know, like, kind of, it's like a montage as you're playing. That's what this game is, except, you know, that's purpose built into the game. And that's kind of cool. To me, we're just gonna try and escape everything here. Because, yeah, we're kind of in a big spidery pit, and we're going for some webs. But yeah, this game is really, really cool. If you love... You know, I don't know, I guess I'd describe it as if you love that audio-visual sync, that moment where everything's going perfectly, because, you know, even though this is somewhere in the middle of the game, so it's, you know, it's not as tricky as the game gets, but it's definitely not as easy as the game gets either. But, you know, when you get to the really, really tricky parts, and you need to, you know, be in tune with the beat, like, and the enemies work the beat, there's this perfect moment of just like, it all kind of works out now. So, I guess we gotta jump through this and actually just deal with the spiders. Yeah, there's always this perfect moment when, you know, the beat syncs up just fine, and I really, really am a big fan of the game, just for those moments. Like, I'm sure you're seeing a few, or you'll see some in a second. This is mostly based on enemies and getting away from them right now. But you'll see when it comes to, like, a lot of platforms and stuff, it does work that way, and I think that's quite cool. So, yeah, the game, just in case you're wondering how it's playing stuff, there is a, let's quickly just do this. There is a story mode. So you'll see a little bit story cutscene here. Oh, okay, we got unlimited mode. So basically, so this is the sort of moment where the game gets kind of crazy, because you can dash as much as you like and you can jump as much as you like. So that means you can get past a lot of obstacles like this, and it's just down to what you're doing there. So yeah, very, very, very crazy part of the level, and one of the fun parts of the game. But yeah, this is something that comes up in the story. You'll see it. But yeah, the game does have a full-on story. Like I mentioned, there's 3 characters, and the game kind of covers their stories. It's not a very serious story, but it serves the narrative and serves the part of the game forward. And something I particularly do like when it comes to this game. Okay, let's quickly just keep jumping left and right. Something I particularly do like when it comes to this game is, the fact that you don't... although the story is reasonably short, I think it took me about a couple of hours from start to finish. The levels are kind of long, but each one of them is significant. Like, each one covers, this type of music, covers a new, new set of mechanics. And, when you're done with the final boss, although it's, it's a reasonably frustrating fight when you're doing it, it's one that, once it all makes sense, it's very beautiful. And that's kind of a lot of this game, like, realizing that, just what you see isn't all of the game, but also sometimes, the music helps you win the game, and there's a really cool moment when that, first happens, and that's one of the cool parts of the game for me. Also, why did I try to do that? I guess we can just keep going up the edge here. Yeah, this is challenging right here. But yeah, so, that's kind of what I like about that. But yeah, it's not just down to a story, although you can play with the story, and you can, you can enjoy playing all these characters and learning who this green guy, or now he's a blue guy, I guess, but, who these guys are and stuff. But, there's also a time attack mode, and that's honestly where I think the game, that's where you start to really appreciate it, because in this mode, you don't, you don't need to be at the beat, you don't need to be going that fast. It's, kind of just an option to make it go easier, but in time attack, you kind of have to be going just perfectly, and a lot of the game kind of syncs up and makes sense there. So, I think we're coming close to the end of the level now, but yeah, as you can see here, there's the other guy, like I mentioned. He's, yeah, you can see this is one of the little cutscenes between things. I really like just how short it was. I usually, get distracted by cutscenes quickly. I kind of actually managed to read through this one for once, so that's gotta say something, right? Anyway, yeah, so, I think it'll just take us into the next level, or maybe it takes us back to the main menu. I'm not sure which. Oh, it gives me new record, and number of errors, 287. Did I make 287 errors? Okay, no, that's a lie. Okay, I was gonna say, like, I don't remember making that many errors, but yeah, let me, you can see there's a bunch of different levels. We've got this guy, who's got kind of a more reggae kind of thing there, and then more of a dubsteppy. I don't know, it's hard to really describe, we'll come back to this later, but let's show you time attack, because there is this story mode, but you can play all the story levels in time attack mode, and I think that's where a lot of this game gets kind of intriguing, because when you see it sync up that little bit perfectly, like hopefully I'll try and do here, you can see where the game really shines. So I'll put on, actually, yeah, I'll play on the beat Okay, let's retry this, shall we? Because I goofed up immediately. So, the idea behind this game mode is if you do anything off the beat, you lose a second, and you also have 30 seconds, you have to get more time to beat the level, basically. So, you're trying to do every action in the beat to get your score up, and you're also trying, so let's, so like this, for instance. So, every time you can take an action, you're trying to take one, because you know, we've got 30 seconds to beat the level. I'm goofing up a little bit here, but you get the basic point, and you're trying to, you know, do all these things. And, you know, so yeah, it's pretty cool. So, oh, he's not letting me in because I didn't do this, right? There we go. Wait. Okay, wait. There we go. We got a little more purple. So, I think I've made, you know, enough mistakes in this first little bit here. But you can sort of see, hopefully if I can get into the groove here, you know, I'm kind of just, you know, nodding my head in the music to make sure I do this right. It's, that's where it counts cool. So yeah, here's an example of one of those, trying to, you know, be in tune with the music. Oh, wait, I goofed. Do, do, do. And you can see it there. That's where the game gets pretty cool. So yeah, this is actually one of the earlier levels, and even though it's an easy enough one to do just as a standalone level, it shows that the game really has this amazingly tricky time attack mode. Because, you know, I can see the game's, you know, like 2 or 3 hours or whatever it is, like story mode being a complaint, but there is always this to go through. So let's try this again. Clearly a bit rusty on this level because I haven't played it since when I first played through the game for the first time. And yeah, so also something that I find quite cool about this game is the achievements. It's not one of those games that just locks everything behind achievements. It's you know, it's got the locks everything behind achievements. It's got a very easy achievement list to go through. So if you're an achievement hunter and you feel satisfied about achievement points, this game actually has a pretty easy 1,000. So if nothing else about the game appeals to you so far, I think that's something that. Oh, there we go. Let's do this again. There we go. So, okay, there we go. Oh, gotta try and get everything perfectly in tune with the music. But yeah, there's a real punishment for ever missing the beat, so that means you're always kind of encouraged to miss, you know, to do some. Okay. Do, 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 do. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, the faster you can do that, the better it goes for you. But yeah, so there's a real encouragement to hit everything inside and tune the beat. And if you're missing any action, then you're kind of failing yourself, which is, I don't know, it's an intriguing way to play, and it means, oh, okay, it means it's really, really frustrating for a few times. Oh, geez, what am I doing right here? I think I'm gonna, wait, I might be able to get to another time quickly. No, ah, let's try this again. I want to show this time attack mode can be cool. I'm just really out-sync the beat. But yeah, the thing I also want to point out is, because I'm playing as the orange guy for this level, you can see just how different the music is. Like, that last one was super electro-y, whereas this is kind of the opposite. So, yeah, one other thing I do like about this game, actually, is sometimes if you're just not feeling the beat, you can play with these little things to... So you don't even have to, like, probably be in tune with it, but evidently I just can't do the game that way. There we go. So, yeah, let's keep on this game up. And also, you'll notice here again that, you know, every action I perform really fits in the music. Like, when I'm dashing, it makes this cool little, you know, guitar back to the song. Do, do, okay, do, 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 do. Yeah, there's lots of cool puzzles like that, where you realise it's part of the rhythm, and you're like, ah, of course it is. And I do quite like that about games. I like it when, because, you know, I'd like to believe, oh, darn it. I like to believe I have a decent amount of rhythm. And it's really nice when it... Oh, Jesus, we're not going to do this, are we? Yeah, we're not. But yeah, it's really nice when your rhythm syncs up just perfectly. Oh, I messed up so much there. But yeah, so the basic idea is just to always kind of keep that rhythm going in your head and trying to bob along to it. I'm sure you get to the same point I am if you play for long enough where... Oh, gets up. Oh, jeez, I am not able to do this. But yeah, that's time attack mode. Basically, you want to... Okay, one more time. So it's very addictive in this way, where you're like, I can do it right this time. I can get perfectly in tune with the beat. But yeah, it's got the time attack mode, which is incredibly addicting, as well as the story mode, which I think is quite cool. So okay, jump, 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 jump. So you can see it kind of fits in the music there. Okay, now wait, down, 1, 2, 1. Okay, there we go. Dash, dash, jump. Dash, jump, jump, dash. So you can see that. You get in the, you perfectly get in the kind of, you know, the kind of rhythm with it, and that's where it goes well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Easy as that. Okay, dash, dash, bounce, bounce. Okay, we're getting the hang of this now. We're getting the hang of this. But yeah, so this is time attack mode. The score, one thing I do like about it is that the scores are ludicrous. Like right now, you can see it's only 26,000, but it's one of those sort of games where, you know, if you just reasonably well, you're gonna get like hundreds of millions, which is it's pretty cool to me. Like I like games that do that rather than like, oh, you got 26 score. This game's like, you got 26 million. You're not doing too great. Which, I don't know. It's a small thing I appreciate. This game has a lot of small things I appreciate. Basically, maybe it's because I like rhythm games and I haven't played a good one since maybe Guitar Hero, and it's nice to see it in platforming for. Like it doesn't seem like a game that should be able to exist, but it works quite well. Jump, jump. Jump. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're doing pretty well here. Okay, now one of these challenges. Jump. Bump. 2. Wait. There we go. Got another little club. So yeah, there's loads of little like flavor and like how that bouncing dude is doing that and stuff like that. It's pretty cool if you ask me. So yeah, another thing. There's only a few of these in the game, but they all are quite cool. There's just a bunch of mini games like this where we're basically playing like platforming Guitar Hero right now, like literally now. And it's always pretty cool, so let's try and get this perfect, shall we? But yeah, these are just small little niceties put in the game. I found them all quite enjoyable. Like I said, I think there's just 2 or 3. But you know, it's still pretty cool the way they just kind of interrupt the game. Because if you like your music, then I think that's really a good way to sum up this game. If you like rhythm, if you like the beat, if you like what music we've heard so far, you'll probably like this game. But I think that is a requirement to play this game, because just as a platformer, it is kind of just a okay, I clearly can't do this. Let's pick up another main stage level, and let's just show you what's going on there. But yeah, so this is the sort of game that if you like the sound of the music, or you like playing rhythm quite a lot, you'll like the game. So let's pick up Music Factory, or actually, yeah, let's go Music Factory. I think this is where it's really interesting over this guy. So this guy has 2 or 3 levels, but the music slowly fades between the genres, and you barely even notice it. So let's put this on just so we can see what's going on. Put this down. Oh yeah, there we go. And yeah, the game gets kind of crazier and crazier as you go along, as I'm sure you notice. Because oh wait, oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. I was like, why is it not working? So we've got to dash through these. Easy as that. So press B on the elements to alternate the backdrops, which is pretty cool because you know, you gotta choose your path based on which thing. So you know, it kind of changes the reality when you do this. So there we go. Now it's blue, and in this blue world, the platforms change. It's hard to explain, but I know it's one of those parts of the game that, yeah, again, you're like, okay, so we need to be in the blue, and we need to be in the rhythm with that. And again, they all have very vaguely different musics. Okay, there we go. Let's jump on this. And every different, you know, music platform type, you know, color type, also then has like its own set of movements. So, for instance, or set of things. So, for instance, in you know, reds, this is a bar and that is a laser beam. But in green, that's a bar and this is this is a bar and that's a laser beam. Which basically you have to use that to get through the levels. You know, it varies up the game. There's a lot of mechanics you learn as the game goes on, but the key ones you just need to bear in mind is that you're always going in tune with the beat. And you're always trying to do this. So let's switch to that. And you can see, oh, there we go. And you kind of see what I'm mentioning here. So, oh, there we go. Also, I just realized, like, how interesting it is that, like, the other 2 dudes are basically just, like, a big blob of color. And then this guy's got his sunglasses and his kind of, I don't know what that hair's called, but I think that's kind of cool. So jump, dash, jump, dash, jump, dash. And, you know, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm sure you can kind of see just already, like, how it fits them there. Anyway, let's talk a little bit more about, you know, the kind of the cool thing that goes on with the soundtrack here. Because I briefly mentioned it covers lots of different genres, but I don't think I've mentioned that it really is one of these, you know, I guess they realized that we got a game based around music, we should probably have a good soundtrack. But it really is one of these great soundtracks that you can listen to outside the game and kind of enjoy. Because the thing about video game music to me is that I feel like when you play it in a game, it's kind of like, you know, playing regular music, except you've got that pre-built kind of emotional oh, how did I mess that up? Let's try this again. Oh, wait, what did I just do? So, yeah, it's got that pre-built, oh, wait, have I messed this up entirely? Wait, there we go. Yeah, it's got that pre-built, like, kind of emotional thing you get with regular music. Also, I don't think I was meant to do that. Jump. Okay, so how do I, wait. Let's just laser beam ourselves. That makes... No, that doesn't help at all. So... Okay, now it goes back to... I was going to say, like... Are we just stuck down here forever? That's a shame. Yeah, we have to go to this, then jump across, and not goof up. and then go over here. I'm actually having a, while I'm talking and playing this game, I think that must be a problem with the game. Like, it's hard to stay in rhythm while you're talking, but even regardless, it's still pretty cool. So, okay, jump, 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 and there we go, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, the soundtrack is really cool, and I do like that they clearly must have appreciated that that's how you, that's how, you know, you make indie platforming based around the music good, you gotta have some good music, and even though, you know, these aren't genres I'm particularly fond of, I still really do admire a lot about them, and maybe that's just because I played them, but I still do think it's quite cool. So we have to go like that, and then up, there we go. Gotta abuse the mechanics right there. Well, not abuse them, but use them. Oh jeez, okay, wait, let's get on this. No, wait, I can do this. Yeah, I can do that. So now we go diagonal, like so. Wait, so we have to tap it just as we get there. Wait, oh, we can't tap it from here, we have to tap it from up there. Gotcha. Okay, so we gotta tap it while it's there, and then jump on it. There we go. So, yeah, like I said, it's been, I think I played through the entire game yesterday. It was quite cool, but apparently a lot of the game's gone rusty on me. So yeah, this is another thing I like about the game, because they, you know, picked it so that a lot of the sounds work out this way. When you're hearing, like, so, yeah, like, you can kind of hear the laser beams in the song, but yet it's part of the song at the same. I don't know, like, stuff like that was just really cool when I first discovered it. And yeah, I'm having real problems actually getting this done now. So yeah, this is the sort of game I definitely recommend trying for yourself for the most part, because I really do like, I think, you know, seeing the game, seeing the beat, seeing all these things change with the beat is one of the ways to explain it, but another one is to pick it up yourself. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that. I think the reasons you might not like this game is, like I said, if you're not musically, or you don't have rhythm, like, even though I don't like music that much, I still quite like my rhythm. Wait, so we need to go, oh wait, I see what we need to do. We need to go to the red, and then that'll turn, no wait, and then turn it back, there we go. But yeah, right, even if you're not particularly, you know, if as long as you like some form of rhythm, I think this game's awesome. If that's not you, okay, I'm just gonna run into this over and over again, apparently. Even if that's not you, I think the key thing is that, you know, if you're willing to enjoy this sort of thing, that's great, but I think I've said enough about that. So, let me know what you think about this game, that you've seen so far in the comments down below. I very much appreciate that. My overall kind of verdict on the game is, as a gameplay experience, it's cool. As a replayable game, it's awesome. As a concept, I quite like it. The big problems I do have are probably its length. It's, like I said, it's just a couple of hours long, which is cool for me, but I think for a lot of people, that's not so cool. I think a lot of people want to have, you know, like 10 hours of fresh content in every game, which I think is kind of unrealistic, but I think if that's you, you know, you can only get 3 hours of story out of this, then you're replaying through Time Attack, which, you know, it's fun enough for me, arguably more fun, but that's something you'll bear in mind. The music is astounding, I really do like it, there's something for everyone, which, you know, I figured that dilute it, but it really just means that I learned to like all these different types of music, which is quite cool. And yeah, that's probably, I think, just about everything. So, music, great. Gameplay, great. Length is kind of its biggest flaw, and yeah, that is kind of a big one, because although the game is less than half price for a regular game, I think it was £12 to buy, it's still, yeah, that still means that it's you know, it's an investment you have to pick up, and if you can't justify that for a few hours, then that's fair enough. But if you can, if you want to play something cool, I would recommend this game. But that's my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Let me know, you know, if you are considering this game, and also follow me on Twitter, because you might just win a free copy of this game, because I do have 5 of those to give away, which is pretty cool if you ask me. So yeah, thank you all for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please do like it and let me know. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos, not quite like this, but you know, I make videos every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all for watching it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.